Today's quick and easy recipe is going to be cauliflower casserole. So you start with a head of cauliflower, and of course you're going to need olive oil to spray in the oil, some breadcrumbs, salt and pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, parsley, parmesan, cheddar cheese, and 2 other cheeses of your choice. I'm using mozzarella and queso. And I'm going to use a kind of broccoli cheese condensed soup in the recipe. And of course, you'll need some melted butter. So I'm going to get all this on the cooking, and I will come back and show you the recipe here in a minute. Okay, I have already taken these off the cauliflower thing and put them in little florets. And what I'm going to do, instead of boiling them, I'm just going to put them in this pan here that I've already sprayed with olive oil. So spray your pan with olive oil. And I'm just going to dump them all in this pan. And I've never made this recipe before. Hopefully it'll turn out yummy. And I'm just going to put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes. To help get it softened up. Then you got to preheat your oven to 375. 375. Let that get warmed up. And I have already shredded, or not shredded, but got all the shredded cheeses in this bowl here. So I have used 1 cup of shredded cheddar, 1.5 cups of mozzarella, and 1.5 cups of queso. That's your shredded cheeses that I'm going to use. You can use any cheese of your choice, but I'm using those 3. So as soon as this gets out of the microwave, I'm going to dump all the cheeses in. And I'm going to put a can of broccoli cheese soup in. And 1/2 cup of melted butter, which I've already melted. And then we'll put all our spices in. Should be delish. Alright, let me get this out of the microwave. It's been in there 3 minutes, and you can already tell it's looking a little bit softened up. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pour the butter over it. It smells good. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and add this soup in. I'm just going to stir all this together until it's all kind of mixed together best you can. And then let's see, this calls for a little bit of olive oil, so I don't know. I'm probably just going to put like 1/2 cup. Let's see, is that 1/2 cup? That should be good. And I'm just going to put that over it. Okay, so and hopefully once it's in the oven baking, it'll turn out nicely. Like I said, this is our first time making this recipe. It's almost right, and all the spices. Okay, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Get this out. Kind of clumping, but that's okay. And 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And you can add more or less, just depends on your taste of this. Of course, you might need to add just a tiny bit more. I like garlic in my stuff. And then this is just like a seasoning salt, because it called for salt, so I don't know. We'll just sprinkle it with this seasoning salt. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper. You don't need to actually measure it out if you don't like. Just put a little bit of pepper. And just a little bit of sea salt. Just give it a little bit of flavoring. And it does call for breadcrumbs, so I'm just going to put like maybe a cup of breadcrumbs. And then, of course, add all your cheeses in. Get this stirred up nice. And of course, add in all your cheeses. Just kind of mix some of it in. And I'm going to put most of mine on the top of it. This may not be a big enough pan. I hope this works, guys. Try and error. I'm hoping this will be a big enough pan. If not, next time I'll use a bigger pan. Haha. And we just get all of it saturated with the oil and kind of mix it best you can. Like I said, you may have to use a bigger pan, but hopefully this will turn out okay and be edible. And then what I'm going to do is just put the rest of the cheese on top right here, so it'll be like melted over the top, and cover it with aluminum foil. And then just kind of make sure it's all covered with the cheese mixture. And then once it bakes, it'll get like crispy. But I'm going to cover it with foil, like I said. And just kind of cover this. Oh yeah, Parmesan. It called for Parmesan, so I'm just going to add that to the top of it. Just sprinkle it with Parmesan cheese. I guess that's what it's called, cheesy cauliflower bake. And let's do it with foil. kind of loosely. You don't want it too tight. That way you can check and see what it's looking like once you put it in the oven. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the oven. And you bake it for like 30 to 35 minutes. Possibly 40. Just depends on what it's looking like. So I'm going to start with 35 minutes. So time it for 35 minutes. And we'll come out and show you what it's looking like. Here is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Looks delicious. So I'm going to get my husband out a piece, see what he thinks. Hey, baby.
Hey.
So let me get him out a piece. So I can see what he thinks. Get you out a fork. So what do you think, baby? I know it looks and smells good.
Oh, I can smell it from here, yes. Let me blow this out, and I'll give it a taste test. Give me just a second, folks. And how are y'all doing, by the way? Alright, anyway, let's get on with the tasting. Cheesy, broccoli type, a lot. In other words, awesome. This is awesome, baby.
Well, thank you, baby.
I'll give this an A+. And of course, you an A+ as well.
Oh, sweet, baby. So,
A decent job.
well, thank you. So there you have it. My cheesy cauliflower casserole has been approved. You are my A+, baby.
Thank you, baby.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Cooking with Rafael and Tonia.
We'll see you later, folks.
My hubby is so cute. He's just so cute.
Well, thank you, baby.